Hello and welcome back to my house, my yard. We are on our way to check on the chickens this morning. Make sure that they have water, mostly, because I know they've got food, but the water might be frozen because I don't know if you can see it, but it is snowing. This is always the hardest part because they want out of their coop really bad. Sometimes I let them for 4 hours a day as per the permit that we got, but sometimes I don't want them out because then that means I have to put them back. And this is why we built this door to open. You can open the bottom or you can open the bottom and the top together. Back up, Daisy. Back up. No, back up. Lady. Lady. Not right now. So the water is not frozen. The temperature today is somewhere between 37, 38, 30, it's not quite 32 Fahrenheit, which is freezing in Fahrenheit. We do have an egg, so that's exciting. This is our nesting box and the coop that we made. Here's our egg. The only one laying right now is our Buff Orpington, Daisy. Hyacinth, her breed, according to the research I did, it's supposed to be laying first. She's supposed to lay at 18 weeks, whereas the Buff Orpington, it said 20. But Hyacinth has not been laying, and we're not sure why. It could be the short days. It could be she's hit her head and knocked herself unconscious at least 5 times. So we're not sure if she's just brain damaged or if that would even affect her ability to lay eggs. We need to fix this latch. We had it on before we paved the coop because the coop is not allowed to have contact with the dirt. So we put pavers down to prevent the chickens from having contact with the dirt. And it kind of threw everything off kilter. Here is the situation we've got going on the inside. We've got their nesting boxes, and just, you know, straw, and they poop more here because they perch at night and they sleep and they poop all night. I'm just gonna throw straw on most of the mess for now. When we have better weather, I will come out here and I will clean out the coop, but it's just too cold for my little hands and I don't have gloves at the moment. So that is the unfortunate effect of winter. There's a trick to it. I don't know the trick as well as my husband does. And with my hands being cold and arthritic, possibly, I go tomorrow to find out, I just struggle. I can't grip. And then the cold makes it even harder to grip. And then, in the meantime, let's look around and see what's going on in the yard as far as other things besides chickens. We have a feeder for the squirrels that my husband made based on some plants he found on the internet. And it has hazelnuts and rodent blocks, which the squirrels avoid, and just a bunch of bird feed that the squirrels would like as well. And it works great. We see squirrels coming across the fence all the time, going straight for the bird or the squirrel feeder. Chickens are pretty happy in there, but Daisy likes to go out. She doesn't like to stay inside. Daisy is very people oriented, so she wants to be where we are no matter what is going on. And she'll even come knock on the back door for us if we leave her out in the yard by herself. She's like, hey, let me in. And so we'll just hear tap, tap, tap. This is my Brussels sprouts that I did not pull at the end of summer because they hadn't produced, or fall, I mean, because they hadn't produced yet. And I know they're kind of cold hardy, so I just left them. And they're still going. It's slow, but they're still going. I figured maybe come spring, they'll pick back up. This is my bee home hotel thing, which I've heard that you shouldn't use these because they are susceptible to mites, but for the time being, this is only the second year we've had it, so I'll clean it and see if, you know, that's not an issue. But I mean, it's so full right now. Our mulch we piled and we need to spread it still back here. Sorry for the poor hammering. Mowgli's ready to go inside. It's too cold for him. You're a husky. What are you doing? This is my garlic patch. Something has been going through and pawing at them. Whoops. And knocking them out of the ground. That one I'm pretty sure it's chicken damage, yeah. Because we're not fenced in yet. So I need to mulch those, which I plan to use the chicken coop straw to mulch it. And then, let's see. Blueberry bush, which you can't really see. I'm hoping that it produces next year. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. It's been fertilized with acidic fertilizer and everything. These are my strawberries, which should have been mulched as well. I just have not done that. And these are my carrots, which look horrible, but the carrots that are in the ground are keeping just perfectly. And so we can send the neighbor boy that comes over out to pick them for us because he loves it. And then we've got some cabbages I planted in the fall that did not produce heads, but they're also not dying, so we'll see. And he wants to go in so bad. You gotta wait. The patio is a mess. This was from pouring out potato that we were growing in the pails, and then I never did get it up before spring or before fall. That needs turned pretty badly. And then I've got this compost pile, which is not hot right now. Not at all. See, I ruined my thermometer by leaving it out. It's not hot at all currently. It was hot for a bit, and then its natural progression is to cool off. And so in the spring, I'll either use it or rebuild it or whatever. So yeah, that's what's going on in the suburban homestead currently. I do plan to talk a little bit more about like the process of getting chickens in the suburbs and exactly what the steps were that we had to do, and like building the coop and all of that. Most of the coop, at least half of the coop, is reclaimed wood. We grabbed pallets and all of that. The roof and the siding, they're all store-bought, but they weren't that expensive. And overall, we did not spend very much in the coop. And similar coops that are smaller, hold on. There you go, you whiner. Similar coops that are smaller, they're going for like $700-800. Our coop did not cost that much, and it's quite large. So in the spring, we will be picking up probably 6 more chicks to add to our flock. We had 4. 2 were killed by a raccoon before we had the coop secure, which was very sad. We missed them, but you know, it taught us a valuable lesson, unfortunately, that we learned the hard way. I'm more disappointed that I failed them than I am that they're dead, because they're chickens and their purpose ultimately in the end is to be eaten. So we purposefully didn't tried not to attach ourselves to them too much, but when you're living close proximity, shoulder to shoulder with a life form, you're gonna get a little attached. It's just kind of inevitable. So yeah, that's what's going on in the backyard. If you notice, the patio is just completely disgusting as far as like it needs cleaned up pretty badly. And the reason why it's so bad is I'm dealing with joint pain that puts me on the couch for a good period of the time. Used to be tameable with like hot baths and Tylenol, but the longer it went on, the less it responded to those things. And so I went to the doctor for it once, and she was like, oh, that's weird. But we checked our rheumatoid factor, which is, I guess, is a thing in your blood that shows if you're inflamed. And it was not, it didn't come back positive. So we were just like, eh. And then I got sick with a cold or a flu, and I went in and I was talking about the symptoms, and then I was like, yeah, I've got the body pains again. And then she was like, that's not normal. So they referred me to a rheumatologist to see if it's possibly rheumatoid arthritis, which after doing the research, it seems to me that that's what it is. But until it's diagnosed, I'm not claiming that it is that. It could be something I don't know about. But that is the reason that there hasn't been videos, and that things are a little messed up, because it takes a lot of willpower to power through the pain and get things done. I used to think that I was just lazy and that I couldn't push through it because of that, but in truth, I'm dealing with an obstacle. There's a hurdle here, and I'm working on getting it taken care of. So that's good. It's like I'm not wallowing in the pain and just letting it defeat me, but I just wanted to let you guys know why videos. I had every intention to do Vlogmas, like every intention. But when I went to go do it, I did the first event, and then every time I tried to do something else, every time I got the camera out, I was just so achy that all I wanted to do was just sit my butt on the couch. And then once I get up and going, I can go for a bit, but it's the getting up and going that is the most difficult. So anyways, long story short, I'm in pain, and it's making things a little slow here on the suburban homestead. But I plan to make some videos this year, plan to get help, and then hopefully I can just give you guys some information that is good for you to use for yourself. Anyways, thanks for coming along with me for my chicken chores, which were not extensive, and just a little bit of a tour of the winter homestead here. And I'll see you next time. Bye.